All right, guys, we are back for day 17 of the 66-day challenge on how to have a productive business in real estate. All right, so today we're actually going to go over a little bit about the platforms. This is going to be about tracking your numbers. If you've been doing all these steps, I guarantee you're busy. But you also should be tracking your numbers. Now, whether you're tracking them on a loose leaf paper, book, Excel, this is good, but you're actually going to make more mistakes doing it this way. If you take the initial investment, I guarantee you, if you listen to my videos on platforms, you have to make sure that the expense that you're paying for these platforms, you're making 3-4 times the amount. That's fine. I don't care if I'm paying $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month, as long as I'm making $4,000 to $8,000 on that, I don't care what I'm paying. Okay. So one of the best tracking systems out there is a company called Sisu. So Sisu tracks everything, and it tracks the most important stuff. So even if you get the basic account, you're not creative, you just want to set it and forget it kind of thing, it comes already set up. Dials, conversations, appointments set, appointments going on, appointments take or listings taken, listings under contracts, listings sold, gross commission. Now I can add stuff onto that. I can add, I want to break down that dials. I want to go from, expires. I want to track how many calls I'm making, how many for sale by owners I'm calling. I have platforms. I have a company called UpNest. I have 72 sold. I want to track them too. You can put whatever you want in there. The whole purpose of this is that there's only 2 people that should have admin access. Number one, maybe not even. I mean, you can even fire yourself like as a team lead. You really don't even need it. As long as you have a very high D and high C transaction coordinator, but mainly a director of sales or a director of operation, they can lead it. But the agents should only have not limited access, only access to put the information in there. They shouldn't be able to see everybody else's. So let's say you have a team of 5 agents. Those 5 agents can see what's going on with the team as a whole or themselves individually. They don't need to look in to see, hey, what's Sally doing? What did she do today? Oh, she didn't do anything. Well, I'm not going to do anything. No, I don't want that. You don't have access to that. You only have access to your stuff and also the team stuff, okay, to see where we're at and how you're ranking compared to what the team's doing. The only 2 people that should have access is either going to be your director of sales, director of operation, or maybe even you. Okay? These 2 people, the director of sales or whoever's in charge of it, they should be looking at this daily. Because if something's out of whack, they know they have to check. Hey, Jerry, did you put your numbers in? No, I'm working late. I'm working until 6 today. I'll have them in by 7. That's great. So then this way that person knows that he can review the numbers in the morning. Why are we tracking people's numbers? Do we actually want to see what they're doing? Yes and no. We don't want to look over their shoulder and say, hey, are you making your calls? That's not what this is about. We're looking at your conversion numbers, okay? The big thing about tracking your numbers, let's take, and it goes from everything. So let's say at the end of the month, my goal is to get 2 listing appointments, but I only got 1. Okay, where's the disconnect? Mike, I don't know. I've made my phone calls. Okay, how many dials did you make? Mike, I made 200 phone calls this week. Wow, 200 dials? Yeah. How many people did you talk to? 10. Oh, that's a bad number. Wait, where'd you get those numbers? Who are you calling? Are these cold calls? Why aren't we calling hot people in there? And it could turn around. He's like, well, wait, John only did 10 phone calls this morning or this week. Why do you only do 10? And then I'm looking over, well, he had 10 conversations. He had 9 listing appointments. He took 7 of them. Dude, I'm not bothering John. John's doing good. John's hitting his numbers. And John's going to see that. Now, John's also going to say, like when he's reevaluating this or going over this once a week with the accountability partner, is like, dude, you killed it. What did you do? Had 2 mega open houses, or I called everybody in my database. So those people that he talked to were warm or hot leads. Can John continuously keep that going, or is this going to be a 1 week per month kind of a thing? Okay. And that's the whole point of tracking it. So we're at the dials to the conversation. If I see the numbers are skewed in a certain way, whether he's achieving or whether they're not achieving, I'm going to see it from the dials to the conversations. Okay. You made 50 dials. You talked to 20 people. To me, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's go to the next one. If I had 20 conversations, how many appointments did I set? 1. All right. What did you say? We're going over your script because you're leaving something out. Either your script wasn't the right script, you didn't have enough tie downs, you didn't have enough objection handlers. If you talk to 20 people and you only got 1 appointment, who ended the conversation? So this is a great conversation for that part. But let's say, hey, I talked to 20 people and I got 10 appointments. What the hell did you do? Who'd you talk to? This is great. And you're going to take that success and you're going to say, how can we repeat this? Can this be repeatable? Is it teachable? Is it learnable? Let's continue this. So then after the conversations to appointments, now we go from appointments to appointments to listings taken. So let's say I go on 4 listing appointments that week, but I took 0 listings. What happened? Mike, there was 2 short sales, and then the wife wasn't there on the other one, and I don't know what happened. I just wasn't mentally prepared. Okay, that's a huge Q&A, because when you go on a listing appointment, you should know what you need to do first. The first thing is you need to ask your pre-listing questions. You also need to send a pre-listing package out there, so this way they know you're coming out, and then a reminder text. So were these items done? Well, no. Because if you asked the top 20 questions for your pre-listing, you would have known if there was going to be a short sale. And if it was a short sale, you might not need to go out to the property. You might be able to save some time. It's one thing if I'm going 5 blocks, but if I'm going 50 miles, that's a different story. I don't want to waste my time. So that's why we ask questions before we set the appointment up. But let's flip that coin a little bit. Mike, I set up 4 appointments and I got 4 listings. Okay. What did you say? How did you do it? And then you're going to write that down. You're going to see if you can repeat that, keep that going. All right, so now for that month, we picked up 4 listings, but we got 0 under contract. Are you going out there letting the seller dictate the price to you? It's not a bad thing, but you just want to validate their formula, how they came up with their figure. And I've done this plenty of times too. Friend of the family, but you're up front with them. So if you're just going out there and saying, hey, I'm going to take your price, ask them how they got their price. Well, Mike, that house sold for $450. Zillow says my estimate's $470,000. Oh, great. When did Zillow come out to your property? Well, they didn't come out to my property. Oh, and you must have sent them a video or some pictures, and the pictures of the updated roof, but the 1950s kitchen. Well, no, I didn't send them any pictures. Let me get this straight. They didn't come out to your property. You didn't send them any videos. You didn't talk to them. You didn't send them any pictures. They know nothing about your property, but they say it's $470,000. Does that sound right to you? Well, no. Oh, okay. The house across the street. Do you know that was totally remodeled? Well, no. So I'm not saying, hey, no, you did something bad. I'm just saying your algorithm is wrong. You're thinking that 1 + 3 = 5. Nope. I'm going to show you that 1 + 3 = 4. Okay? So that could be the learning point for there. If I went on 4 appointments, or if I have 4 listings and none of them went under contract, that's probably it right there. That's probably one of the reasons. But this is where your accountability partner is going to break that down. How did you take the listing? How long did you take the listing for? Who came up with the price? How did you validate the price? Because if you did it your way, the team's way, and I guarantee you, if you're at this stage, your team lead at one point, maybe not now, but at one point was a top producing agent on his team. Whether they were a single agent or they grew the team, they know what a successful listing looks like. They know what a successful closing looks like. So they're going to determine where you went wrong, or at least point you in the right direction. All right. So let's say I got 4 listings and all 4 of them went under contract. Damn good job. You're going to celebrate that. You're going to Q&A it. You may even lead the training for the next month for the group. Okay, we want to see what you did, how you did it. Mike, it was just the systems that you're providing. And that should be a pat on the back for you guys as a team leads, that your systems are working. Okay. So with Sisu, again, you can put as many categories in there as possible, but tracking at this stage, at day 17, is a must. If you're using Excel, if you're using a paper book or any whatever, get rid of it. Put the money out, because I guarantee you that's going to make your agent's life easier. It's going to make your admin's life easier. It's going to make your life easier, but it's basically going to say, this is what you did. Whether you worked a full week, whether you worked a half a week, whether you only did one phone call a day and you were answering your emails all day, you're putting the numbers in. But only that person who's putting the numbers in, they have to look in the mirror and say, am I lying to myself or am I being honest? And if I'm being honest, which you definitely want to do, you're going to get constructive criticism. Okay? So Sisu, one of your platforms, should be implemented by now. All right? Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow. If you have any questions about real estate, platforms, training, anything, mortgage, title, give me a call at 267-549-2505. Talk to you later.